Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Yep.
So we're going to do strength bands with Andraya and Trenton. Just so you know what strength bands are. We've already hooked it up to the door. There's a door jamb on this, which I'll show you guys later. But right now what we're interested in is I'm going to go through one set, since Trenton, you're already holding it, where you're going to be the exerciser, and then and Andraya's going to be spotter, and then we're going to get you to switch. Okay? I want you to understand what you're doing. So we start from the top. Let's just assume, because of the time of day, that you've already warmed up. You should always warm up before you exercise. So you're going to grab both handles. Okay? And we're going to work the triceps. So once you get so move your elbows in a little bit. Yep. Lean forward. Knees are bent a bit. Tummy's in, and extend. Right. So we're not going to do really hard workout today. We just want to go over form and technique and the different exercises. What you would do is you would either add another strength band on if you wanted it tighter, or you would change it if you want it easier or stronger. We just sort of want a band that you feel in a bit. So can you feel that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so what we would do is we'd add more bands, or else change it to maybe a red. Okay, so I want you to hold your hands up because we're starting on the top. Okay? Push your handles together and maybe overlock your thumbs, and then crunch down.
Okay.
And this is the thing, is you don't want to move from the hip.
Okay.
Think of just below your belly button. Right. Very small movement. Okay, so that teaches you how to work your core. So you're just going to crunch. Keep your knees bent a bit. Otherwise, you can hurt your lower back and you can hurt your knees. I know it's not as good as lying down, but again, you could create more tension by adding another band or using a different one. So the next one, we want to work the obliques. That's in. Just do one side. I am not moving my arms. My arms follow. So that would be right in here. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
So we just kind of get the idea, and then try the other way. Remember, keep your knees soft, a little bent. Okay, so there's forward, and then obliques, the sides. When you get good with the obliques, I would do side to side so that you make sure it's equal, because you don't want to end up doing a whole bunch on one side and then less on the other side. Okay. But each time, try to feel the obliques contracting.
Yeah.
There's other ways you could walk forward, you could hold, you could crunch like this, you can go to the side. So there's different ways of doing it if you want to keep your arms straight.
Moving at the hips.
Thanks.
Okay, you still good?
Yep.
All right. So the next one we're going to do is chest, and you want it under the armpits. Because if you put it over the arms, it starts to dig into the arms. So Andraya, you're going to keep a real close watch. I'm going to demonstrate. So I am leaning forward. You want to contract through the chest. So I'm pushing, and I'll apologize to everybody watching. I'm watching my screen, so if you see me looking down, I'm trying to watch what Trenton's doing. If your chest doesn't, what we call pop, it doesn't come out, you're not working your chest. Okay, so you don't want to feel it in your shoulder, you want to feel it in your pecs. How's that look, Andraya?
I mean, I can hear your shoulder clicking, but it looks like the chest is popping out.
Okay, so don't go too far back, just to the side of the chest and push out. And try to squeeze your chest. Now, when your chest is fully contracted, that's it. Because if you push farther, the chest will sink. It'll stop engaging. We don't want that. So big chest, good. Okay. The next one we're gonna do is biceps. So you're gonna walk forward a little bit. You're gonna lean over like you're gonna ski, you're gonna downhill ski, and you're gonna curl in, but keep your knees bent. Yeah. And lean forward more. So sounds rude, but push the butt back, right, you're skiing. And then curl. How's that feel?
Feels like I'm doing exercise.
And feel your biceps swelling up so they're huge.
Yeah. You feel those pulsing.
So no matter what you do, your chest is out. Whether you're working your chest or not, this is not what we want. And you never want to lock your knees out. So lean forward so you can feel it in the bicep. Okay. We're gonna switch. We're gonna get Andraya to grab on.
Okay.
We're gonna go through this again. Okay? But we'll go a little bit quicker, so hopefully you caught on. Trenton, you're observer.
Yep.
Feet are a little bit apart. Hands are up. Crunch just below the belly button. And then make sure your knees are soft. They don't have to be bent because that can hurt the knees. Just soft. Good. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
So you're focusing, the mind is sending the signal to your, let's say, below your belly button. It's actually working your whole, what's called the rectus abdominis, or the six pack. Okay. Put your hands together, move your thumbs, and then try the side one. So it's not leaning, it's turning in. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the elbow goes towards the same side thigh. Make sure your hands, make sure you're not locking your knees out. Good. Okay, and then try the other side. Okay, so you can call it the love handle area. Under the love handles is the oblique. And then, like I said, with Trenton, you can grab it. You could grab it this way and do the same. I don't really get as much out of doing that. The other way is too hard. You can't keep your arms up, and then you can squeeze. Right. But I think the other way you get more of a workout. However, whatever gets you to work your obliques. Okay. And then we're gonna do, did we do triceps? No, I don't think
You're
we did.
running this thing.
Go like this. One out of order. Good. Feet are apart though. Okay. When your feet are together, your hip can go out of place. When you're like this, you know if you're stable or not. And then extend. And then come back. Never lock your elbows out. Good. So come back. Never lock your elbows out and bring your elbows more forward. Right. Good. Can you feel that?
Yeah, it's different. For sure.
You guys are giving me a workout. Remember how it feels so you know if you're doing it right or not. And then if you're a spotter, remember to tell the person, get your elbows in or keep your knees soft, right? Okay. Step forward. It's under the armpit. You want the chest out. So you lean forward, press. Don't lock your elbows out. Come back, off the side of the chest. Press. Stop when the chest is fully out. Okay, and I'll get you to do what Trenton did, go a little bit farther, just so you know. Okay, so never lock your elbows out. Only go as far as that chest tells you to go. Good.
I know you told me.
It always goes, doesn't go out like this, go to the side of the chest, push up. Good. Okay. And then we're gonna do the bicep. So you lean forward, knees are bent, chest out, butt back. You're skiing, you're downhill skiing and curl. I've only downhill skied once. That was the idea then. Can you feel the biceps?
Yeah.
So now you'll have huge biceps. The bigger and stronger you look, the more people want to impress you. And the more they want to impress you, the more they're willing to do the work for you. So you just have to use savvy and say, sure, you can move that piano instead of me if you want. Okay. Unfortunately for me, I learned that late in life. Feeling good?
Yep.
So we're going to give it to Trenton again.
All right.
I'm going to have to get you to watch what I'm doing, Trenton, because it's going to be back. So,
Okay.
and remember, you could adjust this just for time-wise or leaving it where it is. So you come back, I'm doing a semi-squat, and I'm working my rear delt, okay? Hopefully you can see that. That's rear delt. We're gonna do 3 different positions.
What is the rear delt?
So rear delt is right here.
Okay.
So the back of the shoulder, okay? And then rhomboids is here between the shoulder blades, here to here. So your arms are gonna be about 45 degrees, but what I want you to focus on is contracting. So the contraction of the muscle tells you where to go. Okay, Andrea, put your fingers on, if it's okay with Trenton, put your fingers on his rear deltoids. So the back of his shoulders. And his other one. So put, yep. So Trenton, your hand comes up. That's not what you want to do, what you're doing right there.
Okay.
You're gonna do a side view. So actually come up until you feel that, right, now you're getting it.
Yeah, I feel it now.
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Trenton, can you feel that?
Yes, I can.
That's what you want to remember, because if you remember how to contract the muscle you want to work, it will tell you the range of motion. Right? So when I say lift your arms up, I'm helping, but it's really trigger the muscle you want to work. Okay, next you want to work your rhomboids. That's about 45 degrees, but what I'm doing is I'm contracting, not up here, but mid. Okay, so contract between the shoulder blades.
Okay.
Yeah, just hold it.
Like this?
No.
No.
I'm gonna do a side view again.
Okay.
So your hands are 45 degrees.
Okay.
That's the only problem with this. So it's,
You would push the camera up a bit. We're okay.
okay. So Andrea, you wanna, again, it's all right. Andrea's gonna push you by the shoulder. Put your hand a little bit higher. Yeah, and then spread your fingers like this, so you're on either side, never on the vertebrae.
Okay.
A little bit higher. Can you feel that, Trenton?
Yeah, I feel it contracting.
Actually, that looks perfect. So take your fingers away, Andrea. Then you want to make sure he's still doing it. Okay, and the idea is you stretch your spine up, not your knees. Leave your knees bent a little bit.
Underneath.
And you don't want to push down. It almost looks like you're trying to do a tricep movement. It's just pull straight back. Yeah. Okay. Then what we want to do, the last movement, is the lats. So I'm going to demonstrate this way, and then I'll turn around and show you what it looks like. So I want to work along the lats. My palms are facing down, and as I pull in, my chest pops out. So I'm leaning back a bit, knees are bent. You should never be like this. If you do this, it'll go up into your traps. So how that looks, right? My hands are like this, and then as I pull in, they rotate. But don't rotate them down here, that'll pull the shoulder forward. Tense your back. Stop when your back tells you to. Yeah. Don't go too far down. Remember, the shoulders, the chest pops out. The shoulder should not go forward. So you're almost going too far back.
Okay.
You're kind of doing this. It should be this. So push your chest out as you do it. Does that make sense?
So,
No? Okay, Andrea, if it's all right with Trenton, can you put your hands on his lats, which is at the side of his body? Like here, the lats. So just go here to about there with your fingers. No, higher up, near his armpit. Yep, yeah, tickle him as you do it. Okay. Tense against her fingers, but don't go so far back with your elbows. Okay, remember your chest pushes out. Your hand should not go down. Your hand should be, forearm should be vertical to the floor. That's getting.
There we go. Felt it more that time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're starting to get it now. Okay, take your fingers off them, and then let's just see. You just try a couple more. Okay, and let your arms go to the side of the body. Don't push them out. So it's the side of the body. And this is the thing is, okay, so the hands don't go down. It's
okay, right.
Like this, right at the side of your chest, right. Okay, so the chest is popping out because you're pushing it out by tensing your back. Yes. And the thing is, if I can teach you what to do, it's not so much that you get it right today, it's more, do I understand it? Because if you understand it, you'll start to correct yourself. Okay, I'm gonna get you to stop, and then we're gonna switch.
Right.
Okay, so the first one's the rear delt. Okay. Now, see how your arms are going almost like a crank, like this? They should be like this. Your fist should point. Good. So, Trenton, it's okay with Andrea. Can you put your hands on her rear delt?
You're going to have to identify.
Back of the shoulder.
Rear delt's right there. A little bit on the shoulder. Yep. Okay, Andrea, your arm should not rotate up. So your elbow and your hand should always be level with each other. Can you feel that?
Yes.
Okay, take your hands off. I think she's got it. How's that feel?
Hard.
Okay, stop. And then what you want to do is the rhomboids. I've lost my flexibility, so back here, and that's the one that's like this, okay? But you'll notice, whatever I do, the chest is out. So whether I'm up here or down here, the chest is always out. Okay, right. Can you feel where it go a little lower, Trenton? Yeah. Can you feel that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, take your fingers away. The reason you don't leave your hand on is someone becomes dependent on that. So the signal goes from their brain to your fingers instead of their brain to their muscles that they want to contract. That's why I only have you do it until you start to get it. Okay. And then the last one is the lat pull down. But don't focus on the arms, focus on the back. The arms are actually loose, so the biceps not contracting a lot here. It's the back.
Your back tense.
Feels pretty tense.
Can you feel it?
Feels pretty tense to me.
Okay, and stop. And then I want you guys to get a sip of water,
Okay.
which I should have mentioned before.
all right.
There's a lot of exercises you can do. So I am going to show you 2 more standing ones. What we haven't done is the shoulder press, and I may or may not do that today. So we're going to go back. You kind of get the idea. If you don't know where the muscles are and that, that's what takes the longest, but you want to learn that. So we're going to try it where you grab both handles. You go into what's a boxer stance. So my feet, if you can't see it, my feet are turned in a bit. Okay. You're going to put one hand forward and you're going to pull. Now I'm turning from my hip and I end up pulling with my back. So the leg that's on the same side as my arm is back.
Oh, so you're doing it backwards.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
So get in a boxer stance. And you want to drop your elbow.
Yeah.
Because you want to move until it feels right. So a boxer
be
is
twisting
like
his hip?
this. Okay. Normally they're on their toes, but we don't want you on your toes because that could hurt things when you're pulling against the resistance.
Mhm.
So it's not like this, it's turn. So if your feet are pointed forward, you would turn, go 45 degrees.
Try this way.
Okay, and then you're gonna pull with your right arm, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then move, so the first part is from your hip, and then the last part is your back. Don't just tense here, and your arm should go in. It shouldn't go out, it should go in. Right. Okay. Move your right foot forward just a little bit. Yeah. And then try it again. And don't over pull it. Just till the back tells you to stop. Okay, so if your arm's really tired, you're not doing it right. If your back feels it, you're doing it right.
Should I be moving my torso?
You want to start from the hip and pull. So let's start from the hip, pull. But I think I want you more square to the door. So move your foot forward a bit. Yeah. Okay. And knees are soft. And let your arm go straight out. Let it go straight out. Yeah. I know the resistance dies at that one point, but you can move around to fix that. Like you can step back a bit as long as you have space. And this is the other reason I don't want you using a super tight tension right now, because the idea right now is to learn the form. Form, if you get the form right, you're set for life. If you do it wrong, you start to get injuries, and they can happen right away, or they might happen 3 years from now. Kind of get the idea?
Yep.
Okay, try the other side. You probably have to step back a little bit more, just so you have a bit of resistance the whole time. Okay, so remember, you want to tense your back, not your arm. And it should never go across your chest. So what I mean is, if that band is touching your chest, you need to move until it's not. That means moving, right? And then let your left arm go straight, not locked out, but go straight. Good. Pull. Yeah, but I think you're getting it, right? Like I said, you might not be perfect, but if you get the idea, you can start to work on it. And although I keep talking, you want to listen to your body when you do it. Okay, I'm going to get you guys to switch.
Oh, okay.
Okay, observer has an advantage because they get to learn. So we'll see how this don't leave your one arm dangling, either
Oh.
up or move it with it. So opposite, right. And move your feet if that doesn't feel right. Move your feet till it does feel right. Okay, I think you got it. So Trent, you had to do all the rough work, all the Andrea just watched and then said, oh, now he's doing it right. So that's what I'll do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so switch, because I want you to try it both sides. One side's always pretty much going to be dominant, but you want
Oh, you want me
muscle
to try my
balance.
other arm?
It's going to feel weird. So Trenton, that's something to remember is when you're doing it, move your feet until it feels right. And your body will tell you if it feels right or not. And don't lift the elbow up. Good. The chest is still out. Really important to remember that. You start to drop the chest, shoulder starts to roll forward, and it goes up into the traps. It should be back here, so if you're not feeling it in the lats, the wings, whatever you want to call them, in here, you're not doing it right. Okay, how's that feel, Andrea?
I feel it in my abs as well.
Yeah. Because you've got your obliques, your hip flexor, and then your lats kind of at the very end. What I don't think you did, which I'm glad, is you didn't do a death grip.
Yeah.
Because if you do a death grip, it goes through the arm and it goes up into the traps, and then you burn out real quick and you don't work the lats really at all. So it's the lats tell you how tight you should hold, which is not very, obviously the more tension, the tighter you need to hold it, right? But it's where do you send the signal? So it's the brain going to here, the obliques, and then the lats. The brain does not go to the wrist and it doesn't go to the bicep.
Yeah.
Because if it does, then this happens. So well done. Okay, how do you guys feel?
I feel so accomplished from watching.
So if you were to do it again when we're done, or if you were to do it again tomorrow, do you think you'd get it? You'd understand the different movements, how to trigger the muscles?
I think I'd have to practice more, but I think generally I know what they are. I just would have to practice like doing them correctly.
Okay. There is more. So if you guys are up again at another time, I will show you more stuff on the strength bands. But I think that's good enough for now, because otherwise it'll get to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So do you feel okay?
Yeah.
Great. So put that down and we'll just do a couple of stretches and then we'll call it a day.
Okay.
Right.
We're gonna keep this simple. You're gonna grab up like this. You can see me, okay? Grab one hand. The hand you're grabbing, turn that direction, okay? And let your heel come up and stretch your spine up. Don't do this, stretch the spine up. And then just gently do it the other way. No, well, the fan's not moving, so that's good. Sorry, Trenton, I almost lost your fingers or your hand there. And then stretch the spine out, open up. Then what I want you to do is take a nice wide stance. Bend your knees. So if you start to do a stretch and going, this doesn't feel right, it's not. Stop and then let me know, okay? So what you're gonna do this time, you're gonna keep your knees bent. So just a bit. You're gonna grab your elbow. You're gonna pull that elbow towards the opposite side. But really make sure your knees are bent or you could hurt your lower back. Just stretch. On an exhale, you can go a bit farther. Again, just be careful. And then switch. Okay. Grab on, lean. Keep those knees bent a bit, because if you don't, again, you're going to hurt your lower back. There's lots of other stretches. The next one I'm going to get you to do, so I'm going to demonstrate this. This time, the legs aren't locked out, but they're soft. So So you're just gonna walk down as far as you comfortably can. If you feel you can go farther on one side, don't. So go as far as your tightest side tells you can go, then hold it, taking a breath, and then exhale, you go a little bit farther. I'm gonna do this from a side view because I want you to watch something. So I'm not doing this, I'm letting the butt drop back so that the spine is more or less straight or in alignment, okay? Because we don't want this, we want it to stretch out. And then again, go as far as is comfortable. Once you feel it tight, take a breath in. And then what I want you to do is press up. Then you're gonna go one side, walk down. There's different ways of doing this. I just want to be careful with you guys. Okay, and then once you feel it tight, just inhale and then exhale. And if you can on the exhale, go a little bit farther. If you can't, just hold it there. And then again, you're gonna stretch up, okay? You're gonna go to the other side and you're gonna walk down, go as far as is comfortable. The reason I have you keep your hand on your leg is if you don't, and you go out like that, you can put too much pressure on your lower back. Okay, this time I want you to squat. Don't fall, but go on your toes, okay? Balls of your toes. Put your hands like this and press up and stretch. Just keep stretching, 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 and then stop. Yay, feel good?
I feel stretched out.
And that's Trenton's way of saying he feels amazing and this was an awesome workout. We're gonna stop. Thank you very much, Andraya and Trenton, and hopefully you'll be willing to do this again soon.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, take care, everybody.